Hello, everybody. Welcome to CripChat, your weekly podcast for everything disability. Today, I have with me Jonathan Shar,
Hello.
Ibby D,
Welcome, everyone.
and myself, David D. Please, today we're going to be talking about NDIS and the best way to utilize it. Please like and share, and if you got any comments, put it in the comment box, and we'll try to get them back to you. So, Ibby, NDIS.
Yes, David.
What's the
Yes,
best way we should
NDIS.
NDIS? A lot of people, some people don't know what NDIS is. What's the best way to utilize the NDIS? Or do
Yeah,
you want
well,
to
I
explain
thank
what
you for the
NDIS is?
question. Yeah, thank you for the question, David. Look, the NDIS pretty much is the National Disability Insurance Scheme. So what it is, our government has put aside, some money.
So the government
That's
of Australia.
aimed at, yes, in Australia. Thank you for that, David. That allows us to utilize these money to help us, become independent with our lives and with our decision making through the use of supports. And also, yeah, look, the reason why we have the NDIS is to enable people with disabilities to live better lives, to live the life they want, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, in saying that, I now throw back the question to you, David, and to also our audience. If you are on the NDIS, how do you manage your NDIS plan?
Well, the way I manage my NDIS plan is I've got two types. One self-managed and one plan managed. So the
Okay,
plan
so self-managed and plan managed. What's the difference between the two, David?
Plan managed is actually someone that's like a company is actually paid company actually that pays your bills, and they pay the 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 bills from your NDIS that you need to be paid,
Yeah,
and
no, it's not
they
necessarily the bills you have, but
yeah they pay the services
yeah,
that
yeah,
you use that can be paid. And
sweet.
self-managed is you manage it all by yourself. But
Oh
to,
wow,
with being self-managed, you got more control.
yes. Yeah, yeah, I guess it allows you to be more flexible with the
Yeah,
services that you choose.
yeah,
But with plan managers, yes, you need to, I guess, get a organization that is plan managed and that is registered under the NDIS to be able to help and support you with your plan. That will, I guess, be in charge of your
yeah.
NDIS plan, but will not take control of your NDIS plan. It's
You
you.
still,
You have the
yeah.
control. But you just
At the
let
end,
the plan manager know how to, I guess, utilize it. Yep. Sorry, David.
at the end, when you got a good plan manager, they can help you do things. Like for example, if I needed to to buy something or find a service, they have the capability of finding you that service that you need in that area, and they'll get recommendations because they're a plan manager. It's good to use to to be able to find what you need, and they'll get you the best price.
Yes, yes. No, and that's good, David. Some of them do that, but there are also support coordinators you can look into that will
Yeah,
help you
yeah,
direct you to services and also find best deals when it comes to any service that you want or product.
yeah. Support coordinators are good because
yeah.
I needed a new phone, and the support coordinator got me one. Got organized it for me.
Nice. But David, as long as it's reasonable and necessary for your everyday
Yeah,
life,
yes.
then it will be approved by the NDIS and you
It's
can
got to be.
buy the item.
You can't just buy anything if it's not approved, and not everything gets approved. See when
It's
Mhm.
the
when
Sorry, go
you
ahead.
NDIS is so much more than just support work.
That's right, Jordan. NDIS is more than just support workers. And we'll get into that later on. But sorry, David, what were you saying?
say with with um, with getting things that you need, sometimes you need approvals. You always
Yeah.
need approvals, and you got to make sure you get approved first before you spend the money. Because if you don't get approved and you spend the money, you won't be able to get that money back.
True.
So when you talking about the NDIS plans, when you create an NDIS plan, you get interviewed by someone from the
Mhm.
NDIS, which is a plan manager or
Not necessarily,
local
David.
area,
Your LIC.
your LIC, local area coordinator.
Yep.
Now, now when you're about to get before you get interviewed, make sure you write down all your goals, everything that you think of, what you want
Mm,
to get accomplished. Because if you don't
true.
write it down, they're not going to fund you for things to get that done. Because later on, you
Yep.
won't have the money to get to that fund, to get to do what you want to do, what you intend to do. You'll end up using your money for everything and be short.
Yes.
You don't
So
want to
that's a
fall short.
very handy tip
Yeah,
for managing your plan. Making sure that you spread it out, throughout your term. Could be 1 year, could be 2 years. But there is, I guess, a budget that you have as part
Yeah,
of your NDIS, and you will need to
yes,
utilize that and spend it necessarily. But also make sure that you do spend the funds because once a
yeah,
new plan comes in, whatever money you don't spend, you won't get it back.
yeah. That's a good tip. Because if you don't use it, you lose it.
True, true. But it's also, like you said, David, it's always good to have a plan.
Yeah,
Work out, what your goals are, what you do on a daily basis, and yeah, talk up with your local area coordinator to discuss your goals and what you want to achieve throughout your term so that you
like
can get a good or great NDIS plan.
like I put in my
David,
yes.
how do you use your NDIS?
How do I use it? I've got a support company that comes picks the actually comes and picks me up. I use it on them, and they sort of help me manage it too. They send me support workers. They also pick me up. Like today, they picked me up, took me to the gym. They drove me to the gym and left me with my exercisologist. And I did a hard gym workout and then got picked up. All that helped by the NDIS.
That's awesome.
And then picked up and then end up spending time with my support workers and
Okay.
support friends and friends.
Mm.
And
Nice.
they do what I need to do, what I want to do.
Yep. That's the beauty of it,
Yes,
utilizing your support workers to help you with your everyday living.
exactly. And how do you utilize your NDIS, Ibby?
That's a good question. Yeah, well, I use support workers to, I guess, support me with the everyday tasks, such as in the workplace, when I'm at home, with the cleaning, with the cooking. You can also, utilize your NDIS for personal care when you're
Exactly,
showering or when you
exactly.
use a bathroom.
Also doing your laundry,
That's right. And also
also
gardening.
gardening, which I did yesterday.
And there's also a certain part of the NDIS that deals with capital. So if you have any
Capital.
assistive technology that you use that would be
Yeah.
categorized as reasonable and necessary, the
Yeah,
NDIS is there to support your assistive technology when it breaks down, or when it needs repairs, or when you need new equipment. And so
okay.
you will discuss that with your LIC, and yep, actually, I get that all sorted in your plan.
Yeah,
But
Oh,
see?
there are also, modifications that you can do around your house to
Yeah, well,
suit the way that you live.
can you give me an example?
An example,
Modifications. Yes,
for those that use a ceiling hoist to get out of bed, and you don't have one in your home, and you do need one, you would have to go through what you call an occupational therapist, so an OT. It's always good to connect with a great OT
that is,
because you need a lot of reports and documents when you are on the NDIS.
yeah, see, when you on the NDIS, make sure you always get reports and recommendations by OTs because if you want things to pass and not be too questioned too much by the NDIS, you make sure you have a report by the OT saying that you need it. And the OT themselves will tell you if it's going to go, if it'll get passed. So
Yeah,
don't waste your time if it won't get passed.
we can only do the best we can, but always make sure that you follow up because some can take a very long time to process,
Yeah, I know.
especially with the NDIS itself. So, what about if you're unhappy with your plan? Where do you go?
Where do you go? Can you ask that question again?
I was asking that if you're unhappy with your plan
Yeah.
or you need more funding in your plan, how would you go about doing that?
You talk to your LAC or talk to your plan manager, or
Mm.
just ask the NDIS and schedule a
Mm.
plan review.
Mm. Oh, okay. So yeah, you'd have to schedule a plan review,
Yes,
and
because
you fill out a form, you submit it to the NDIS, and they'll get back
yeah,
to you regarding the outcome.
but be
But going back
careful
to what's
if
that,
you're
David?
running if you're running short on NDIS funds. You gotta make sure you do it before it runs out.
Yep, yep,
That way they can extend it for you. But try not to waste it on things that you don't need, because you'll be out of pocket at the end.
yeah, yeah. Good, good. That's a very good tip, David. And also make sure that you always log into your portal. So once you're on the NDIS, and once you're connected to the portal, you will be able to check how much funding you have and how much you spent over the course of the your NDIS fund of land. Sorry, and it's always good to know, or actually good to prepare a budget into how many, I guess, hours you have for support work, how many hours you have for like therapies, how much you're willing to spend on repairs for your assistive technology and
Yes.
things like that, and how you
Yeah,
plan to spend on domestic care. So you'll need to, budget it all and
yeah,
make sure that your
good,
fundings are equally spread across the life of your NDIS plan.
good point, Ibby. Good point. Always utilize it by planning it. Make sure you plan your next move. It's like playing chess.
That's a good metaphor.
You you wanna know your next move, and you don't want to go do it wrong. Make sure
That's
you do
awesome,
your next.
David.
So, Ibby, what's your final
Look,
thoughts?
moving on, David. Before we get
Yeah,
into our final thoughts, just making sure providers with service providers. How can you
yeah.
make sure that they can help you meet your goals?
Well, talk to them.
Mm.
Ask them what can they do for you. What and ask them if they need. Ask them if you're in need of someone to do this, would they be able to find them for you? Or would they help you find them? Would they pay your bills for you? Would they do everything for you? If they would help you, and look at their reviews too of people that use them.
It's
Ask,
all about trust, yeah.
yeah, you gotta trust and see how long they've been in the game.
Yeah. But it's always good to get reviews from your peers on what
Yeah,
works.
yes,
Good stuff, good stuff. But it's also, making sure that providers know that you're in control. You are in control
yeah,
of your plan.
yeah. Because if you don't show them that you're in control, they they will be lazy.
But it will also be exposed at your vulnerability. And
Yeah,
people can take advantage if it's not taken care of properly.
always show them. You know what's ahead. You know what you've got.
Cool. So, David, now
Yeah.
we move into our final thoughts. So, what are your final thoughts on managing your NDIS plan?
My final thoughts are, if you want to, if you're gonna do a plan review, or get if they're gonna do a plan interview or review, make sure you write down everything you plan to do, what you need help with, what you need to accomplish within your life, and what your needs are and your aims. Because if you don't listen, they're not gonna give you finance for the support for them,
Mhm.
and what your aims are.
Mm.
So make sure you write it all down and ask for it. Because if you don't ask, you won't receive, and you won't
Yep.
get the funds for it. And
Yep.
also, when you find a plan manager, you make sure they're the right ones. Ask them all the questions you need,
Yep.
and always get someone that can clean for you, because there are cleaners out there.
Yeah.
That's a good tip.
What about your final thoughts, Ibby?
Look, pretty much I go with everything that you said, David. But also, look, the NDIS is there to help you or to support you to live the life that you want at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's all about having a voice, being in control, and having a choice into the supports that you choose to have. So it's also it's good to have a thorough plan of what you want to achieve for the year or for the term of your NDIS plan. It's always good to look after the funds that you have in the NDIS plan, and it's always good to get support from peers because there are peers out there who are also on the NDIS plan, and they have a lot of information, a lot of experiences in using the NDIS, and they can help you along the way. They can help improve the choices that you make and improve your lives altogether. So that's it for me. We'll go over now to Jonathan. Do you want to add anything, Jonathan?
With the NDIS, you can also self-manage if you feel capable. It's all about knowing what's right for you and making your package let you live the life you want to live.
That's well said, Jonathan. Yeah, and we did actually forget to mention that. Yes, you can also self-manage, and I guess that gives you more flexibility when it comes to support choosing how you want to, I guess, manage your plan. But as well as self-managing, there's also plan managed, as discussed earlier. So, and look, like I said, if you want more information, always reach out to your peers and go from there. Thank you everyone for watching CripChat, your weekly podcast on everything disability. Join us next week as we talk about more things relating to disability. Goodbye for now.